we are going to have an awesome topic. I'm Abukasun and speaker, the author of the book Appétit du Succès. Today we are going to talk about personal and professional goal. So we are all aware about, today having a goal, but how to make this goal become reality. That's the main challenge for all of us. The step-by-step process to follow to set that goal. And this is an awesome topic that we are going to try to discuss with two awesome guests. And the specific topic on which we are going to try to discuss is how to set a small goal and reach them. So the session objective that we want to share with our students and the university staff is to get to know why goal setting is important for us as teachers, as students, as staff in the university, and is to allow every young people, every person that is going to follow this hangout to get to know himself. So how this session is going to help you to know yourself and to have a kind of clear vision about your goals and the different strategies that you can implement to reach those goals. And we are going to try to find out also how we can help people to understand how to make a plan and how to turn that plan into action. For those who are following us, if you have any kind of question during the discussion, during the speech, you can just type your question and we answer you directly. For those who have us to see this hangout later, if you have some question, you can contact us or contact the language department for more clarification. And you can also follow on our social networks in the language department. Then the flow of the session is going to be about the first point that we have to try to figure out will be what is goal setting. We want to know what is goal setting, why setting goals is more important, and skills and competencies that we can develop through our different activities when we are setting our goals, and the kind of self-reflection that we should have about ourselves, and the step-by-step process to set a goal. And we are going to finish with an exercise. And my two guesses, we have Sibeth Danvers. Sibeth is an English teacher in the language department of Universidad La Sabana, and is advisor for the student too. So Sibeth is going to be with me to share some ideas with you. And we have Dario too, who is a BAT student. So he's working on a volunteer program in the language department in the university. So he's going to join us and he's going to share with us how the PAT program is helping him to get closer to his personal and professional goals. So basically, the first question I wanted to ask is, I wanted to address it directly to Sibeth. Yeah, since we don't have enough of time, it's about, what is goal setting for you, Sibeth?
Okay, well, basically, goal setting for me is finding your passion, or you have an idea to achieve something that will help you to empower, or to acquire some educational goal. But in general, is finding something that you really want to achieve and attain, and then working towards it.
Oh, yeah. Dario, do you have something to share with us about goal setting? What is it goal setting about? For you.
Okay, for me, it's the process that I put in my mind or in something else to that have a final that it was my goal. I need to achieve something, so I have to make my process to it. I think that's goal setting.
Okay, yeah, and sometimes we used to, as the topic was saying, like personal goal, professional goal. So in terms of, if somebody asks you, like, what is, professional goal to you, get it first?
Okay, well, personal goal is, say, for instance, you would like to lose weight.
Okay.
You would like to acquire certain habits.
Yeah.
Okay, that will empower you. And professional goal is basically you would like to achieve maybe a career,
Yeah.
or you would like to do some form of development in terms of creating your own business. But
Okay.
professional goal in general is something that you want to acquire that will help or serve people.
Okay. So if I have to summarize that part, is going to be like, okay, the difference between personal and professional goal is
Mhm.
that professional goals is more focused about work, and the
Mhm.
personal goal is about, I mean, your personal development, your personal
Mhm.
growth, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, so I mean, to move to the next step, sometime we used to, I mean, I used to ask myself personally, the past, I mean, I used to ask myself like, why people talk every time setting goal? Why? And I know a lot of, I mean, people, students. Sometimes when you are giving the class, you say, okay, uh, do you have a goal? And you say, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do after my studies. If I'm graduate, maybe I'm going to look for a job, or I don't know. So, Sibet, can you share something with us about, I mean, why is it important to set, I mean, goals?
Okay. The reason why you have to set goals is if you really want to do something
Yes.
personally or if you want
Okay.
to achieve anything
Yeah.
professionally, especially something that you really like,
Yeah.
you have to set goals. You have to be very practical. You
Yeah.
have to be very positive. You have to be very determined.
Yes.
And if you do not really apply these things, then you will not be able to set the goal. But you have to think about it on a regular basis. You have to socialize yourself with people who can
Hmm.
motivate you, who can help you to achieve the goals. So you look at the goal that you want to achieve, you apply the steps, and
Yeah.
then you just work towards it.
Oh, yeah, cool. So, Dario, do you have something to share with us about, I mean, the same question? Why setting goals?
Why setting my goals?
Yeah.
Because I have to have a process to do
Okay.
it. I encourage the things that I want to achieve, make
Yes.
them clear for me, and
Okay.
leave them for my life.
Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think that's.
Okay, cool. So, if I can summarize what you both said, I mean, you try to share with us is like goals are going to help you to measure your progress.
Hmm.
I mean, goals is, I mean, help you to heading toward, I mean, the direction where you want to go. It's going to motivate you. The goal is going to motivate you to achieve, I mean, what you want to achieve, what you want to make it become reality. And is in the goals, as you said, is going to lead you to, I mean, to take control of your own life. If I can summarize what you try to share with us, am I correct?
That's correct.
Yes, you're correct.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, that takes us to another step that is more important because sometimes people, they have goals and they don't know what kind of activity they have to get involved and which kind of, I mean, skills and competencies they have to develop in order to make that goal become reality. That's why I invite especially Dario to join us in this talk.
Hmm.
And uh, Dario, as student, part student, can you share with us, I mean, what are the skills and the competencies part is helping you to develop and how those competencies and skills are helping you to get closer to your own personal and professional goals?
Of course, okay. I
Yeah,
think the skills that I need for develop my activities as a path student
yeah,
is the leadership and
yeah,
management,
yeah,
the communications. I
yeah.
need to know how to present myself in the work that I'm doing. I have to know how to negotiate.
Hmm.
Also, I need to know how to sell and make like a marketing strategy in the place
Yes.
I'm working.
Okay.
I have to know how to organize events,
Hmm.
documentation, training, coaching, and facilitating. Also, planning is very important when I'm doing an activity in my work
Yes.
because it's the way that I'm going to make that process to have my activity done. And for our competences, I think it's very important the self-awareness and
Okay.
the awareness of others is also
Okay.
it's very important because if it's I'm working in my project, I view it like that. I need it to be done in the best form, in best way possible.
Yes.
So I have to coordinate my activities and the activities of the other people in my group.
In your, yeah.
Also, the personal effectiveness is very important. The resilience, the
Mhm.
inclusiveness, developing of others. I'm in charge of it, so I
Yes.
have to be in charge of all of the project.
Yeah.
I need to be with others if they need me, and all of that.
Yeah. Sure.
And the effective communication is very important
Yes.
Mhm.
because I need to the other people understand the things that I want to in my work activities.
Okay.
And also, the stakeholder focus is very important.
Okay.
The relationships between all the people inside this and outside the project have a flexible thinking. Also, it's very important to have an open mind when I'm developing a project.
Yes.
The innovation, it's very important, the innovation, because I always have to make a difference in the things I'm doing.
Sure.
In the commitment to results, also, it's an important part.
Important thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Important. Yeah.
And last as my experience of a PAT student, I can tell you that I grew up in many steps here in the university.
Okay.
I started working in a restaurant, I work in a library, I work in Alumni Savannah. It's a program here in the university for graduate people.
Okay.
And now I'm working here in the student. And I think it was a big learning that I have here in the university, and I understand how to leader, communicate with others, and coach all the people to achieve the things that I want.
Yes.
That's all.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for sharing this with us. I mean, I think it's very important for us and very very important for our students. And yeah, Sibet, do
Mhm.
you have? I mean, some. I mean, have you been maybe get involved when you were younger, when you were studying, like into a kind of, I mean, volunteering activities, and which kind of skills and competencies have you developed? I mean, and that have been helping you to be where you are today.
Yes, most definitely. The first thing that I always try to do is to make sure I prioritize what I need to do. But I have many goals, but I would
Okay.
find the one that is that I'm very passionate about.
Yes.
And so what I do is I try to find the people that are helpful
Yes.
or that will help me in that area. And as I said before, I try to write down the things that I need to do
Yes. Sure.
and stick to what I need to do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and as you guys shared, me personally, I have to say my involvement, like in, I mean, the social life,
Mhm,
in young association life, like ISEC and volunteering in Red
mhm,
Cross has been helping me to develop some more skills that today actually are being helpful in my activities. I was introducing myself, like I am an author of a book. I'm
mhm.
working for some companies and I'm working on my own activities. So
Yes.
like those, I mean, association life and volunteering life have been helping me to develop some skills. I mean, this kind of entrepreneurship spirit to, to be able today to not only work in the university and work
Mhm,
on my own activity. And I think that also is important for our students to know that. If they are thinking about, I mean, the personal or professional goal, they have to be able to get involved in the activities that we have here in the
mhm,
university. I mean, outside the university, the volunteering to develop some kind of skills and competencies in order to be more performant tomorrow on their own activities,
mhm.
right?
Right.
So, in terms of, I mean, self-reflection, like, okay, I'm doing all those things. Like, for example, Dario, right now, I mean, you. you doing, I mean, you are a part student, you are following a career in marketing. Uh, so how do you manage your relationship? I mean, your relationship with your family, with your friend, yeah, those things. How do you manage those things?
Okay, yeah. I do many things here in university, and I think it's very important the management of the time. And
Yes.
I need all the things that I do. I need to spend time with my family. I need to spend time with my friends. I need to be a part. I need to get done my things in the work. I need to be volunteer. I need all of these that things. I
Okay.
think for making these activities done, I
Mm-hmm.
need to make priorities, prioritize the things I need to do in the
Sure.
moment.
That's most important.
Yes, prioritize and do the things that were important for me and that were like obligatory in the moment. I
Yeah.
need to do them as fast as I can.
Yes.
And then the important things for me, I will plan them and do something like that.
Yeah.
To that's what
Yeah.
I do.
So if I can summarize that part is, I mean, more about, I mean, time management skills, how you manage every single activity and which kind of time you allocate to every single part of those activities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and Sibet, you have something to share with us about the same thing? How do you manage, I mean, your relationship with your family, your friends, your different activities,
Well,
personal activities?
okay, families and friends are extremely important. But
Yes.
when you have a desire to achieve something, sometimes in this life you have to kind of make some sacrifice in order
Yes.
to
Yeah, sure.
achieve your goals.
Mhm.
You will have to prioritize
Yeah, sure.
which one is important. And of course, you're not going to let your family or your friends feel
Mhm.
left out. But what I have done in my younger years, achieving some of my goals, I know the family is very, very important. What I do is I ask them to kind of help me
Yes, sure.
and to support me. Like,
Hmm.
say, for instance, when I'm studying or if I'm working on a project, I will ask my dad or my sister if they
Hmm.
can help me with the project. And so this will kind of strike a balance.
Yes, sure.
Okay, and then you will have to be so focused at the
Hmm.
time because sometimes, as I said this morning, we can become very, very lazy if
Yes, sure.
we are not motivated to achieve our goals, and then we will become, sometimes we become very, very distracted, and we
Yes,
have
sure.
to take that into account as well. So we have to know how to strike the balance, and if we can get them to be involved, of which I mean I have done that. I ask them to involve in the whole process of me
Mhm.
attaining my goals, so I don't really feel left out or leave them out of the
Yeah.
picture.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, the other step is like if you really want to achieve a goal, you want to, I mean, realize yourself as
Hmm.
I can say you want to accomplish yourself.
Hmm.
Is to find out what is your passion. What is
Yes.
your passion? And yeah. I mean, what are you interested about in this world? Like, and you have to respond to those questions to yourself. I'm deeply interested in, and you have to write. If it's
Hmm.
cooking, you have to write cooking, right?
Exactly.
Try
Right.
to find out what are your hobbies.
Hmm.
Hobbies. So you have to find out what do you want to do. What I'm loving to, I love doing is maybe playing tennis, or I don't know what you love to do. And what do you do? Or I mean, how do you relax? Sometimes maybe I relax with my friend. We just have to hang out, or I mean, chilling around, or going for parties. You have to try to figure out every single question and what is your, I mean, your dream job. What do you want to do later? What, I mean, in maybe the next 5 years, the next 10 years, if you are working around, what, which kind of person do you want to be? I
Hmm.
think that's important. And yeah, uh, the question I wanted to ask, I mean, is what should be your main, I mean, your focus point, you as Sibet?
Hmm.
I know you are passionate about, I mean, teaching, sharing your experience with the other people, but I mean, is it your last point, or you still have some goals that you want to achieve uh, in the future?
Yes, I still want to achieve one or two more goals.
Yes,
Okay, as I said earlier this morning, I'm a multitask
yes,
professional,
yes.
but I really love teaching, and the next goal that I would like to achieve is to become a humanitarian development manager
Yeah,
or
that's awesome.
an officer. I really want to help people across the world because uh, I strongly believe that information is vital and knowledge is so important.
Yeah, yeah,
I want to use the skill that I have to help other people to realize their goals, to work towards their goals, and to become very, very informative and to know that life is not a one-way street.
sure. So if I can understand, so like you have already your I mean your concern areas. I mean the
Mm-hmm.
different areas that you're concerned about. I mean helping other people and so on. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have something to summarize for our audience, those people that are following us, are going
Mm-hmm.
to follow us, before I mean having the goals, as Yvette just said, you have to try to find out I mean the concern area that you are interested in. It could be
Mm-hmm.
education, it could be health, it could be I mean a relationship, it could be I mean self-image, it could be I don't know life purpose or I mean hobbies and interests. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you have found those different points, you have to try to find out what fits for you and what are the one that you can realize I mean in a specific timeline. So you have to try to find out what can be realized and how, as you said, Sibet, how you can ask to your family the kind of support you need to make this goal come reality.
Mm-hmm.
And the other point is, I mean, you have to find out how you can challenge your, I mean, your worldview. How you can try to find out you have a kind of an outlook, yeah, external outlook of the world issues. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to think about yourself first.
Right.
Okay, who do I want to be? And you have to think about your school. So
Exactly.
the school where I'm learning, which kind of education do I need, and which kind of I mean contribution can I do in order to help the other students or the other people around me, and
Mm-hmm.
about your community. So I'm going to maybe be graduated in 2016 or 2020. So what kind of contribution do I want to do in my community? Which kind of contribution do I want to do for my family, for my the community, my church, I don't know, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
about you have to start thinking about from your community to think about your country. So my country, what should be my involvement in my country? What kind of contribution do I want to do in in my country?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have some kind of strength, some kind of thing I can share with people in my country to empower them and from there, I'm sure that we are going to be thinking about, I mean, the world, the entire world. So, what can I do in Africa? What can I do in Europe or in Asia? Or so those, I mean, step will help every single person to, I mean, to change and improve his own life.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you have, I mean, those, I mean, mindset is help you to, I mean, to move forward near to your goal. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
anything you want to share anything with us more? Dario or Sibet, if somebody has something you want to share.
Okay. Well, as I said in summary,
Yes.
before you achieve your goal, okay,
Yeah, sure.
there are some practical things that we have to do. We have to decide what you really want to achieve, and then
Yes.
you set the specific goals, and
Yes.
then you write out your goals, and then
Sure.
make sure your
Important.
goal is
Good.
measurable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how will you know when you have a complete when you complete your goal? So we have to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that our goal is measurable. We have to learn how to create a realistic schedule.
Yes, sure.
Then we have to tell people who we know that will help us about our goals, and then find community of like-minded people that will help us.
Yeah, sure.
And then we start working on it right away. We have to be very practical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Sure.
think it's
Dario,
very important to have the passion of the things.
the passion.
Yes,
Yeah.
for people that didn't have it, it's difficult to make things with all of the interest. So if they know which activities are passionable for them, they
Yeah.
can achieve them, and they are going to put all of the effort to make them be done. So it's very important to search it, to search for that passion.
Yeah, sure. So thank you guys. If I can summarize, that part is going to, be aligned with, the dream completion, process. That is, you have to find out what is your dream or what is your passion first. And
Mm-hmm.
from that passion, you have to set the goal. Personal goal. What do I want to accomplish about myself, about my personal growth? And you have to think about, what is going to be, my career, my future career. What will be, my uh, professional fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
And between this goal and the completion, I think we have the discipline, auto discipline. You need to discipline yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You need to discipline yourself. Discipline yourself involve, reading, making research. Try to find out how can you review. Your relationship with whom are you working. Those people are positive for you. They are helping you to reach your goal. And
Mm-hmm.
don't forget to ask for help. Your family, your friends, to ask for feedback, to have the insight about the goal that you have. And you have to get into action. The most important, I think, get into action, because we can't spend all the time talking about our dream, our goal. Okay, I have this goal, I want to reach this goal, that we are not getting into action. That is not going to help us to reach that goal. And the other thing, the second point that I can add to persistence is, uh, discipline is persistence, because on the way between your goal and the completion, you are going to face a lot of rejection. People are going to reject you sometimes. You are going to ask for help. They are going to say, okay, I don't have that time. I didn't plan this, so you have to wait. This is not my priority, so you have to wait. And you have to face criticism. People are
Mm-hmm.
going to criticize you. He thinks he can do it. He thinks he can. He thinks he has the competency. He thinks he's good enough. He thinks he has the education. Right? People are going to criticize, but you have to be focused on your goals, to stick on those goals, and try to move forward anytime. And the other thing is, you have to embrace. Adversity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody has the same goal like you, but that person is not willing to work on his goal. So he's going to he when he is going to see you are working on that goal, he's going to try to find out how he can put some barriers to to make you to the word like to avoid to barrier to put a kind of barrier on the way to make you not reach your goal. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes prejudice, people are going to say things about you that you didn't do, but for you, you have those things. If you can complete those things, you are going to reach your goal. So most of to summarize all those things, you have the dream or the passion. You have to set the goals, personal, professional, and you have to be persistent and auto-discipline. And whenever you can accomplish those are going to take you to get closer to your, personal and professional accomplishment. And the kind of contribution you want to do in your community, in your family, in your society, I think you'll be able to do it. And that is reaching your goal.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
Yes, you are
Yes, you are.
indeed.
Yeah, yeah. So, setting your goal. Sibet, can you share
Yes.
something with us, or Dario? About a point, specific point by point. Step by step. Process about goal setting. How to?
Personally, if I have personally achieved any goal and what are the steps that I took?
Yeah.
Okay, well, uh, A perfect example
Mhm.
is radio. I always wanted to become a broadcaster,
Yes.
and oh, this is a long story, but let me
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
summarize it. When I was in Jamaica,
Jamaica, okay.
yes, I applied at university to do the courses, and I was turned down 6 times. I applied 6 times, and I turned down 6 times.
Oh.
But during that time, I always read about radio. I always talk to people who are on radio
Hmm.
station, and I constantly motivate myself. People tell me that, oh, you will never work on a radio station. You will
Hmm.
never have the opportunity to gain um, the level of competency
Yes.
to
To
become a
work in the radio.
broadcaster. But I
Mhm.
still persist. I went online and I start doing some short courses, and then I read a lot of books. Well, it so
Yes.
happened that I left Jamaica and then I went to the United States, and I start to associate my people in the broadcasting industry.
Sure.
And the first week, since I started to associate myself with radio personalities, I
Mhm.
landed a job in that very week and
Okay.
got the job. And I work on here for like 5 years nonstop. And during that time, I get a lot of opportunities to work on other radio station. And I went back to university. I did a course, some short courses, and that
Mhm.
helps me a whole lot. So I did not just say, okay, fine, what they said to me in Jamaica, that I will never achieve anything or
Yeah.
you will never become a broadcaster. I did not really go into the hole or become self-pity. But in spite of all of the negativities that I heard and that
Yes.
was posted and said to me in my mind, I kind of block it out and remain positive and motivate myself and said, one of these days I will,
Hmm.
and I achieve it.
Yeah, sure. That's big stuff. But that big stuff, and congratulations. That's a very, I mean,
Yes.
a very good process and powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Dario, you have something to share with us about, step by step setting goals and reaching them.
Yes, I also have an example from my experience.
Yeah, sure.
In my life, I had always wanted to be an independent in my work,
Yes.
and I always search for business to how to get money for myself and
Yeah,
not
sure.
for others. And so I start bringing things from other countries.
Hmm.
I import things, and I work in that since I think 2 years ago,
Yes.
and now I know how to do it, and I wanted more. Now I
Yeah.
want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have my company, and I know I have to make a step-by-step process to achieve it.
Mhm.
Yes.
And also, I have many plans, but I know that if you want it, you can do it,
Yeah.
but you have to do it.
Yeah. If you
Yes,
want it, you
that's
can do it. Yeah. I like it. I like it. If you want it, you can do it. And
yes.
the other point I mentioned, uh, in a severe speech is, I mean, people were telling him, oh, you can't do it, you are not good enough. I
Mhm.
think most of the time you have to think about, I mean, sometimes people opinion on us. So we should not take, I mean, those opinion, I mean, to become our reality. If he took, I mean, those opinion to become his own reality, I think today he will not be where he is today, right? He will not
Mhm.
be there. So and the other point that I saw is like, when you are setting a goal, you have to think about, I mean, uh, how you can have this goal written down. I mean, in a present tense, like, okay, do not say I will lose weight. No, that is very vague. Don't be vague. You have to be specific. Like this month, I will lose. I'm losing 2 kilograms. That's, I think, if you know that in 30 days you have to lose 2 kilograms. That requires that you have to discipline yourself.
Mhm.
You have to discipline yourself. You have to do some exercises. You have to control your, I mean, your diet, which kind of thing you are going to eat, and which kind of exercise you are going to do to reach those things, right? And
Mhm.
yeah, I think you have to be positive. Like as Sibet
Always.
said, you have to be positive. You have to be positive. He said, okay, people were saying, okay, you can do it. He was in Jamaica. He start
Mhm.
learning. He knows he's going to be this. He started going to school. He went to the United States. He became what he wants to become. I think that is also really important. And your goal, you have to keep it operational goal. I mean, small. I mean, you have the big idea, and you have to start small. You have to work. You have to break it down and know what I have to do first. As Dario said in his speech, you have to know which kind of thing I'm going to do first, and which is going to be done in second, right? And you have to be, your goals should not be, contradictory. Like one goal is being the contrary of the other one, right? And have a kind of specific, timeline. As I said earlier, like do not say I will lose 2 kilograms. That is not also a kind of goal. So this month I'm losing 2 kilograms. You know that, okay, this goal is motivating me to get involved, and I have to do whatever it takes to make that goal become reality. In terms of action plan, so how can I set a kind of action plan on a goal? If somebody asks you, okay, I have the goal, I want to achieve it, but how can I set a kind of action plan? How can we do that? What can you? Yeah, you have something to share with us? Sibeth, in that way, or Dario?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Once you, as I said, identify your goals, you write it down, the things that you need to achieve, and then you work towards it.
Yeah.
You have to apply.
Apply.
Okay. So
application.
Exactly. So you have to develop and follow your plan of action.
Yeah.
Think about what you need to do in order to make it happen. If your goal is to maybe say buy a 3-bedroom house, you're going to start set up your account, do the down payment, okay, go to the real estate, etc., etc. So these are the things that you need to do. So in essence, it's very simple. This is what I want to do. Write it down. These are the steps, and apply the steps. So the steps are like the ingredients for.
Yes. yeah. Of course.
Well, the thing is, I always say this to myself. In this life, personally, or in my opinion, I don't think anything is very difficult.
Yes.
I don't think nothing is very difficult to achieve or to work out. It's the know-how. Okay?
Yeah.
And once you know how to, you can achieve anything. Nothing is really difficult. So we write the goals down. This is the recipe, and apply.
Big stuff.
And that's it.
Yeah. So I can tell, like I remember one of a big actor, Bruce Lee, was saying, knowing is not enough. We must do. Be willing is not enough. We must apply. So application. You are going to improve yourself, and you are going to reach the kind of goal you want to reach.
And also there's one other thing. We have to constantly visualize achieving our goal. We always think about it. Act on it. Like one of my friend never travels, and he didn't have any money to travel.
Yes.
And you know what he did? He said, Danvers, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dress, pack my suitcase, and go to the airport every single day.
Yes.
because his goal is to find a job to travel around the world. And now he's working at the United Nations, and he has been to over 110 countries.
Yes.
So that is also, he practiced, he went to the airport and visualizing, seeing some traveling, apply for jobs that will allow you to travel. And now he's traveling the world.
Yeah, sure. This is really important, because whenever you have the goal, you have to, as you say, you have to visualize. You have to see yourself in the future, like in the 20 years, in the 5 years. Who am I? And you have to act like this. Like, okay, he start dressing, he start going to the airport, because he knows to travel you need to take the plane.
Exactly.
So he start, seeing himself in that, that body. Like, the life he is living now is not the one he deserves.
Exactly.
The one he deserves, so he saw himself in the one he deserved. He started working accordingly. Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dario, you have something to add?
Yes.
Yes.
I think most of us think like in big things,
Mhm.
but we want that big things in the moment. We have to learn that if we want something big, we have to start with small steps.
Mhm.
Each step is going to teach us a lot of things,
Yes.
and probably it's going to be bad, and something is going to fall down and is
Mhm.
not going to success. But if you continue searching for that achievement that you want,
Mhm.
you can achieve it. But if you continue that process, you can't
Mhm.
eliminate that step, because it's important to learn everything about
That's
everything.
correct.
Sure.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. So let's say thank you guys. I think we are getting closer to the time that we have for the exercise that we can share with. I mean, those people that are following us are going to follow us. Is whenever you have a goal, you have to assess yourself. So you assess yourself. So you have to ask you your question. Where would you like to be? Where would you like to be? Right? And what would you like to have 25 years from now, or 10 years, or I don't know, 30 years from now? And you have to write down, I mean, at least five goals that you write down, and you have to assign priorities to each one of them. I want to become a writer. I want to become a marketing manager. I want to play tennis. So you have to write all those goals down, and you have to make priority. Which one should be the first one, and which one should follow, and which kind of activities, objectives, step I have to get into in order to reach those goals. Like the 6 months from now, what can I do? What I'm doing right now that is helping me to get closer to that goal. I think that's really important for those people that are following us. They can try to ask those questions to themselves, and they have to write down. You have to write whenever you don't write down, is going to, I mean, you are going to forget it, because you are going to face something else, and you are going to. So anytime you have a goal, you have to think about how you can write it down. So thank you guys for joining me, and it has been a pleasure to share this moment with you. To try to work on this topic, and I think it will be useful for our students, our university staff, and see you next time for the next topic that we'll have in the language department for our students and the university staff. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for all those people that are following us. And whenever you have some questions, some queries, you can contact us. You can contact the language department for more clarification. And see you. Bye.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.